Like, unless you're...
Man.
To those who know the Mario...
those intense Mario movie spoilers,
Those
bro.
who saw the Mario movie, you know what I mean. You know who wants Diddy Kong to be bad.
Enough people who may be tired of seeing him at these top-tier tables, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, Diddy Kong hasn't been bad since he was put into the series. And
Yeah. He would definitely cringe if he was watching this.
For sure.
For sure, because I was not expecting the Monkey Ditto, actually. I mean, I thought for sure, like, oh, it's like, I don't want to really do the Ditto. I'll whip out the Cloud, whatever.
Right.
Maybe I'll go Roy. No more Chrom, really. He has sacrificed that train for the other echo of the character.
Oh,
Definitely, actually,
that.
like, salute to a fallen soldier
Yeah.
on that one. But, yeah, it's okay for reasons well explained later. But either way, instead we're getting the Diddy Ditto. Rivers, of course, rocking the patented
He gave it to him.
one.
He flat out gave it to him. But like
did.
Rivers, you should know. Like down throw in the corner, you DI that out every single time. The up smash on the cross step will keep it even. But like I'm just disappointed, bro.
Just the way he's just playing catch with the banana. Kind of honestly looking like a damn Melee Peach for a second. Just like throwing like the turnips like above and out like that. Even though they're technically radishes, fun fact. It's very depressing. Yeah, look it up. It disappointed me too. But
I'm just going to choose
we're
to not
calling them
believe
turnips
that.
forever. It's like when you're playing like the certain Ice Climbers alt where Nana is like the one you actually control.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going to still call them Popo.
It's Popo.
It still triggers me, but like that and actual garbage, so shout outs to them. But either way, instead we're seeing let's go.
Let's go, HE.
Let's go, HE. It pisses them off too. But either way, the Monkey Ditto is what we're doing right now. So we got ourselves a literal food fight right now between these two players right now. So what's your first thought going into a damn Diddy Ditto? How much is like the mid range going to be negated a little less now because they can both kind of do it?
So the funny thing about Diddy Dittos in particular is banana.
Is that it rhymes?
True. It rhymes. It's alliteration. It's hitting all the word checks.
Hitting all the marks, yeah.
The particulars about the Diddy Kong duo is when you have a character that can spawn an item, the mind game then, especially one as important as Banana, the mind game becomes who pulls it first and when can I control the opposing Banana and how long can I control it. Or, on the flip side, both players just say, screw it. We're both pulling Banana, and there's just two around, and we're just going to be trading and tossing it back and forth. As for these two have been primarily kind of playing their neutral, where Banana is going to be early, often, and a plenty, so it then becomes positional awareness of both your and your opponents in this clusterfuck.
So a lot of it is about who like whips it out first.
True.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense when it comes to dittos. I mean, like in like certain like brawler type dittos, it can sometimes be like, oh, the lamer one wins, even though that's not always necessarily the case. But sometimes it could just be the one who commits first for sure. But like when you both have that mid range, it could just be like you mentioned, like a little bit of like a cluster basically.
Yeah.
Back air gonna do it right there, launching him right back off. Percentage is in the favor of Rivers, but stage control is a little more in the favor of Haze right now, with the banana on deck as well. Oh, I like what he did right there, actually dashing back while the banana was in place instead of immediately grabbing it. He probably expected Rivers to run in, try to hit him there, perhaps with a dash attack, so he can pick up the banana as well. And the launching hitbox of the up smash actually launching towards the platform, not able to get the kill, but the down smash will do it instead. That ain't no multi-hit. We're just gonna go with the one solid hit to be able to get it off. Rivers pulling it for us with the peanut pop gun. That's game one going to Rivers, as seeded as of now with the Diddy Ditto.
That's a tricky one, right? You're in a weird position where you were able to pop out of that up smash. You had a chance to corral Banana, and at a percentage where, like, yes, you do lose your stock to things like down smash or forward smash. Like so much stuff closes up the stock. But once you hit like 120 or 130, you're basically exclusively looking out for Banana and down tilt. And Haze did an amazing job at surviving for those maximum percents for so long. It's going to be a tricky one to see how this neutral develops, especially as Rivers it gets more and more focus on to how Haze wants to approach a more cluster of a neutral, as we keep calling it.
I used to say like the esports variation was cluster ball. That's what I used to say. You died.
Good job, Rivers.
Very nice.
Just throwing away a stock twice a game, or once a game so far.
E is for esports and E is for everyone. So is SDing apparently.
Yeah, he's thriving out here, but making his way back in plenty, trying to get the banana toss across the platform. Yet when it comes to both Dittos and especially control mirrors like Diddy Kong can be, like really controlling the game state with that banana having that mid-range, center stage is everything.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time Haze manages to get put on the back foot, Rivers takes control of the Pokeball and lets Haze figure out ways to approach him, and and it has been rewarding Rivers aplenty, able to easily make up all of this damage.
It goes for center stage and also which one has the banana first in any given time. Because, like, Haze did have center stage for a second, but he also didn't have a banana, and Rivers did. So he didn't have time to pull one out to really, like, maintain that stage control and maintain that neutral. And Rivers was just able to reset neutral and get back in just because he already had one and just sort of threw it in. So when they both don't have banana, which they're going to be throwing at each other a lot, as you can see, I mentioned in the last game, this matchup's basically literally a food fight. It's going to come down to that, as that up smash is going to take the stock, and it's also going to matter to which one is able to space their aerials like more properly, if you would. Rivers has been using a lot more neutral air throughout this second game. I don't know if you've noticed that, beyond the fact that the move's an amazing combo starter. But he's actually using it to negate some of Haze's forward airs on the way in instead as well, which is also really, really smart. Not only because he gets more combos off of that, but because Haze isn't really expecting him to do it as well. So it's just a nice solid mix-up that I feel like Diddy normally wouldn't have to do against other characters because they don't have those same threatening tools that he does as far as banana goes.
Yeah. It's about, like, I think, like, evolving some of your matchup and evolving some of your setups as the set goes on, and whether that be something consistently that Rivers does or just in particular for the Ditto or something he's noticed, covering space against a movement-heavy character. Oh, you gave it up too.
I don't think he expected it.
True, it's a quick down throw.
No, not even just because it's a quick down throw, but also because I don't think he expected the grab to whiff. Rivers was standing on, like, that one spot at the edge where, like, it's like basically like a couple pixels where you can just, like, turn around and, like, get, like, a grab with your back facing the blast zone instead. You know what I mean? Like, you know that thing that Palu players do where they bait you, where they just, like, walk, the tri-state turnaround. Thank you, I forgot. Thank you for saying the official term for that. I forgot it momentarily. Forgive me. I'm having a stroke up here. Yeah, that's actually what he did, because he spot dodged and then was able to turn around and grab him for it. He just didn't expect him to be able to grab him in that scenario. So, and point is, he did, and that's how he was able to get the game for it. That's Rivers going up 2-0 right now. We are on Town and City this time around. Haze looking like he wants a lot more room to be able to work around. The stage is Final Destination half the time, basically, as well as it might just be a comfort pick as well. I mean, the blast zones being what they are, very polarizing, as they usually can be, especially depending on if you're playing a matchup against, like, lighter characters, if your character normally kills off the top or the side. Well, this is a mirror that we got going on.
I can absolutely say this is a comfort pick for Haze. He counterpicks here very often and is a very movement-heavy and movement-driven player.
I was going to say.
You see a lot of, like, monkey flip cancels and, like, playing around platforms. Oh, yep, off the ledge. You just getting a kill confirm like that from ledge hang. Feels pretty good. And Rivers will just continue to let this ball roll into some high momentum, especially given his control over both bananas and his ability and his willingness to, like, up B out of shield just to get out of dodge, and, like, the intense damage he's getting. Like, it feels like there's a lot more unorthodox options coming out from Rivers, while Haze is playing a very pristine Diddy Kong, with a little bit more focus on certain aspects.
Rivers has always been the unorthodox Diddy. I mean, we all saw those montages back in the day. Superior, how do you pronounce it? Like superior gay, something like that, whatever they're called. Some of the funniest montages you'll ever see, because he picks very unorthodox options and beats really good players with it. And I definitely agree with what you're saying about it being a comfort pick, because I can't understand Town and City otherwise. It's such a polarizing stage. Like the fact that, like, it's flat half the time, the platform layouts are weird, the platforms move, it's Final Destination half the times, the blast zone at the top is ridiculously high, while the ones at the sides are ridiculously low. So, like, normally I can understand it as a counter pick where, like, your character kills off the side better or off the top better against certain matchups or whatever, but this is a Ditto. So I wholeheartedly agree. It's definitely got to be a comfort pick for Haze, but I don't know if it's comfortable enough as he's slowly but surely trying to bring this game back. Actually got a little bit of a lead here in the 2%. Just as I say that, the dash attack coming in. I like the empty hop bait right there just to grab the banana that time around. Definitely didn't expect him to do that while he's holding shield on the platform, lest he eat an up smash out of shield, but it's looking like both players were too scared to commit there. As neutral is reset once again. Banana back and forth, tripping on it with the Z-drop. Nothing doing. Oh, well, this pressure is just kind of nuts, man. The scrambles are, like, really what's going to make or break a Ditto.
I mean, Haze in control of both. Just a couple of bananas here, though, trying to play around the ledge as best he can. That was a regrab, but wasn't in position to.
That was his second regrab, actually.
I mean, the first time you're thinking like, all right, he's gonna get up now. The second time, I was waiting for something like a forward tilt. That parry was beautiful on the monkey flip back to center stage. Haze taking back the lead here and trying to gain control of both bananas, tossing them around and the dash attack into double back. Oh, the combo keeps on going, 50%, and looking for the finisher there with that down air.
Beautiful popcorn canceled into the down air. Nothing doing on the landing, though, this time around. And now the stage control firmly in the favor of Haze this time around. Beautiful Z-drop and air combo to get him off the top. And speaking of off the top, we got Rivers taking that stock instead. Only 67%, 77% as it adds on. One more to advance over to winners finals. This is Diddy Kong, man. Just one or two like neutral interactions. This character's got some pretty good damage off of those neutral airs. And the monkey flip instead. Even though Haze has been like prepared for those more and more with the parry into the up smash, you know, I feel like Haze is like less focused on the ledge trapping and more focused on like just sort of the hard stuff, like getting mix-ups instead. And right now, Ubel, it's not working out for him.
Rivers really wanted that air dodge, but the high ceilings, as you were mentioning, and Tuna's going to come in clutch here. Yet another air dodge, trying to go for the double banana. Didn't realize they didn't have enough time. It's clean stuff from Rivers to try and just recognize what you can use to close out the stock here. As down tilt into up smash with this rage and this amount of damage, that kill confirm is off the table here for Haze, but might not be for Rivers. Just pure scramble into the up tilt. Yeah, catching everyone jumping, but you've got that secret smash attack going for you to anti-air in center stage with the turnaround as well. Haze taking a game and getting himself on the board.
I feel like Haze has been a lot more focused on the anti-airs rather than like ledge trapping. Which is funny when you take somebody to a stage like Town and City, where like if you're going to be focused more on killing off the top when the blast zones are like that. That's the second time. I mean, we saw him parry the monkey flip into the up smash before. That's how he took the second stock of Rivers. And then we see that with the slap instead of the monkey flip. That's where he's been catching Rivers a lot more, is those monkey flips out of disadvantage over and over again, rather than just like textbook Diddy ledge trapping.
Yeah, I think the added airspace of a stage like Town and City really benefits Haze in a lot of, in both a lot of playstyle ways and both what he looks to stuff down. And when you have a lot of space in midair, that means you can air-to-air and anti-air a lot more effectively and a lot more consistently. Meanwhile, the platforms here on like Pokemon Stadium or Small Battlefield, etc., means that you can play a little bit more of a grounded game, or at least a faux grounded game by landing on these platforms, which Rivers seems much more focused on playing around that and then to ascend his timing mix-ups, as well as just having access to different ways to reset.
Yeah, and keeping pressure on those platforms is going to be easier on a stage like this as well, especially when it comes to catching landing. So that less open air is definitely going to be harder, especially for somebody who's like thrives on like catching opponents out of disadvantage and like anti-airing like Haze has been doing. So I definitely understand Rivers deciding to go to a stage like this where your landing's going to be a little less predictable, as that forward smash is going to take the stock right there on the part of Haze, making me eat my words when it comes to this counter pick. And now both these monkeys just trying to regain that stage control. Looking like it's going to be favoring Rivers for now.
I mean, at the end of the day, Pokemon Stadium 2 is, for a large part of this community, it's neutral. It's the place you go. It's like if you just want the most generically good stage, you go to Pokemon Stadium 2, and both of these players have been just showing off like their pristine amount of like neutral and baits and whiff punishing and playing around the Ditto to the best of their ability, but it is Haze on the back foot when it comes to the set count. Nice trade with the up tilts there, as Haze looks to kind of bring this to yet another Game 5. Can we go 2 for 2 over Winterside Game 5s?
Let's go 2 for 2 with Winterside Game 5s right now. We very well might be able to do that, Ubel. Especially with the way that Haze is playing right now. Only about a 20% differential between these two right now. Platforms, no platforms. I'll be able to catch you out of the air when I need. Now, what's the ledge trap situation? Just going for a rising neutral air, but committing right there with the forward smash. And now Rivers is actually going to force his way back in. Not falling for that a second time, though. That was really good DI out on the down throw. Nothing doing, not eating the down air. Granted, had he eaten it, he wasn't off the stage in the first place. So, but it would have been a lot more damage on the part of Haze regardless. And he's already at 116. He can't really afford to be taking much more, because one banana F smash, one banana up smash, that's all it takes. And it's all it takes in this ish of a world, Ubel, to be able to take a stock with Diddy Kong. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm almost waiting for Haze just to get get a little bit more ground happy, start playing around with like empty land monkey flips in order to try and find things like down tilts. We're looking at a pretty solid down tilt up smash percent, maybe down tilt back air in the corner. There it was with that drop shield down tilt, but no one was home for it as the percents reach a very tight even at this 116, but the neutral get up into up smash will let it be in Haze's favor yet again.
I mean, Rivers, you did the same thing 3 times in a row.
But if it worked, though.
But if it worked, though. If it worked, though, that would have been hot, and I would have had to fill out the Rivers apology form because Mercury was definitely in retrograde, all right? I'm just saying. The fact he did the same thing 3 times in a row and off of the ledge get up, a lot of players, you know, myself included, love to do instant, stupid forward smashes or up smashes as soon as you do like a ledge get up, taking advantage of that little bit of like invulnerability that you have on top of that option.
Right.
And Haze just timed it right, and he was able to get the up smash forward over and over again. That's another like nice little ditto mix-up that we got going on right here. Beautiful monkey flip. That's a really good bait right there. When you have the banana in hand with that perfect mid-range bait, you think I'm going to throw it, then you just do the banana flip instead. The monkey flip instead, and you get so much more damage because you get that command grab, then you still have banana in hand on top of it. But just as I say that, Haze slowly building his way back, only a 20% differential, firing pop guns at each other. It's just back and forth between these two right now, but the percentage is still in the favor of Rivers.
Oh, the late hit of that nair allowed the extension into forward air. Double banana, trading bananas actually. Both of these two just able to utilize each other's resources at the best of their ability with that landing back air from Rivers. No dice, and we're in a very even game here in Nintunis. Again, looking for these down tilt into up smashes, looking for these kill confirms. Haze not trying to risk anything, gets the down tilt, a weak, awkward hit of up smash, but it still cements the advantage for Haze in this moment, and Rivers is not trying to go. Oh my god, the trade.
This DBZ, man, he got like the base hit of the up smash instead of like the tip part of it with like where the actual like powerful part of the hitbox is that time around. Still a powerful hitbox, but good DI on the part of Rivers, but no DI is going to save you there. We are going to game 5 with the up tilt scooping at the top in this monkey ditto. Cranky, eat your heart out. This is probably way more Diddy than you ever wanted to see.
Yeah, at this point, you should just color the bananas different, right? Just so you can tell them apart.
Like DK, yeah, like DK64, like where they're all different colors.
Yeah, just like that, in fact.
Yeah.
So like,
and then there's Chunky. He's dead.
he is dead. No, rest in peace.
DK.
Yo, spoilers to the Mario
Chunky's
movie.
dead. DK. Chunky Kong is dead.
Yeah. I love the
Chunky
the
does
drop
not
from-
die in the Mario movie. That's a fake
No,
spoiler.
but you see him.
But you
He's
do see
there.
him. He is in it. That's not a spoiler. He was in the trailer. All
Oh
right?
yeah, right. I forgot.
So don't get mad. Don't get mad in Twitch chat about that. All right. He was literally in the trailer.
Mario movie.
Mario.
The movie.
The
bro.
movie. You know who wasn't in it? Lanky. Made me sad. Another salute. We're doing a lot of salutes to fallen heroes. A lot of fallen heroes. Crom, Lanky, whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of heroes that have.
Min Min Kong, he should be called, honestly.
Now that's scary.
Yeah, thank God he's not in the game. Thank God he's not in the game, actually, Lanky. Oh my God, he'd be broken.
I mean, Diddy's already broken enough, and we're seeing it in full display right here. Dude, it's like just so much like movement centered around, but a lot of this is just kind of like meeting each other head on in the most like less aggressive way, and then we see some shades of a previous life. Double banana on shield, and you just gotta hold that.
Yeah, like I said, it just reminds me a little bit of Melee Peach, where you could just throw it up and at himself, or just Brawl Diddy, where he had 2 bananas.
Yeah.
Why am I complicating that for myself? I forgot he literally used to have 2 of those damn things.
Yeah.
My bad.
It was crazy.
It was crazy, yeah, but no glide tossing in that way that it used to be in this game. No banana tripping over and over and over again. Instead, we just got raw, neutral fundamentals out here for you guys. Mid-range spacing with the bananas. And now these guys, it's game 5. They're playing way safer. But that's mid-range Diddy, and that one had the banana at the right place and the right time. I'm going to get that banana up tilt, I should say. And it's looking like Rivers has got to get a little bit more insurance on the part of Haze if he wants to secure his way into winners finals right here. But we got a lot more stocks to go before that happens.
Yeah, just trying to pester with some of these down tilts, getting the up smash that time, the inside hit allowing for that dash up smash to connect very consistently on top of the lack of rage. No worries on that part for Haze, especially since he took no damage across that entire time and is looking to stack it up himself. Couple things actually, both of them in fact, have DI'd hard in on some of these dash attacks, which have prevented some interesting extensions that both of them would like to do, which is like dash attack back air, and you get like back air up air and go off stage. But this time it's just like, no, I'm DI'ing hard in, you've got to hit me with this forward air. Both of them really understanding just what can make Diddy struggle and when it comes to like both getting damage and closing out stocks. Speaking of damage.
My God, you called him out for that for a mile away. I was going to say he was going high because he was getting real sick of getting ledge trapped by Rivers over and over again. Decided to go high, and Rivers expected that. That might have just been a little conditioning coming out from Rivers at that point. Just over and over and over again ledge trapping. You're going to go high eventually. When you do, I'm going to call it out. Perfect stuff, and now Rivers is all over Haze right now, tacking up 84% as insurance on his potential final stock, I should say, of the winner's bracket going on, and his final stock of this set for sure. Here's the ledge trap coming out again, throwing the banana away to force him to actually not run in and stay right at the mid-range, exactly where Rivers wanted him at that point. But unfortunately for him, Haze is going to make his way back out, but not before getting launched off stage yet again. This is looking rough for the hometown hero right now, Uble.
I mean, it just keeps getting harder and harder. And like we're seeing a lot of like good conversions coming out from Haze, but there's just been so few of them that have resulted in more than just the guaranteed combo. Like that I feel like the big difference in this game number 5 is that Rivers has found ways to string together like 2-piece combos into 3-piece combos, like extend his advantage across the stage. Meanwhile, Haze has found the hits, but never been able to find the consistent, lasting advantage state that Diddy Kong is really, really known for, and it turned slowly but steadily and then very, very quickly towards the end